Bonjour, c'est Abdoul. Aujourd'hui, je suis au Festival de Cannes et j'ai rendez-vous avec le grand Spike Lee et son monteur Barry Alexander Brown. Silence, on tourne. Hi Spike, how are you? I'm fine. Are you fine? I am fine, very fine. I'm so happy to see you in France, Cannes. Alors Spike, tu es venu à Cannes pour présenter I Thought to Lowest. Pourquoi cette interprétation du film d'un grand maître comme Kurosawa?
Kurosawa was one of my favorite filmmakers. Got introduced to him when I was at NYU graduate film school.
Est-ce que tu as vu tous les films de Kurosawa et comment t'es venue cette passion justement du cinéma de Kurosawa, qui est un grand cinéaste de la nouvelle vague japonaise?
I've not seen every single film that the great masters have done. The film that I saw in film school, which really introduced me to his work, was Rashomon.
Avec Toshiro Mifune, it's a great actor. Spike, tu as beaucoup tourné avec une personne qui t'est chère. Alors, je peux te présenter à cette personne?
Martin Scorsese?
Yeah, after.
Steven Spielberg?
It's a surprise.
Francis Ford Coppola?
No. You know him. You know him. Tu me suis? Voilà, is him. You know him?
I don't know this guy.
No. How are Barry? Are you happy to see him?
Always happy, always happy.
Ok. Alors Spike, là je t'ai fait retrouver ton ami de plus de 45 ans, qui est Barry Alexander Brown.
That long?
Yeah.
45? God damn. 40. We're getting old, man.
Yeah.
Alors,
No, we started very young.
Yeah.
Barry, toi, comment c'est venu cette amitié avec Spike? Votre première rencontre, ça s'est passé où?
We met in Atlanta, Georgia, in the summer of 1981. Through a mutual friend, a friend that had gone to college with Spike, and who I knew, and we met that summer, and then we really got to know each other later back in New York, when we both were working together at a company called First Run
I was
Features.
working for him. He was my boss.
Kinda. Yeah, and it was a company called First Run Features. But it was Spike's first job in the movie business.
I was at work and I was still at NYU though.
You were at NYU.
Yeah, I was working part-time at First Run Features. I was went to NYU graduate film school. So it was a great job because as Barry said the other day, reminded me, this was like the infancy of independent cinema, and all these people who were the force of it were coming to the office. I was meeting them, so it was a great opportunity that you couldn't get better. A film student cannot get a better job.
Et toi, tu savais que c'était ton rêve de devenir cinéaste?
I was at Morehouse College, Atlanta, Georgia. That's where I began to become interested in filmmaking, being a filmmaker, and have a career as a filmmaker. After graduation from Morehouse, I went to Morehouse in Atlanta, Georgia. So I came back home to go to NYU. So, NYU graduate film school, that's where I said I'm going to be a filmmaker.
Yeah. Okay.
But Spike is from Brooklyn.
But you born in Georgia.
Atlanta, Georgia.
Yeah.
Atlanta, Georgia.
C'est ça?
Yeah, he grew up in Brooklyn, that's right.
Ouais, d'où sa passion pour les Knicks de New York.
Yeah.
Comment c'est venu justement? On parle des Knicks. Depuis tout petit, tu supportes les Knicks?
Yes, I was in the stomach, my mother's stomach.
You got to see this movie. You got to have to see that movie, Crooklyn.
Crooklyn.
Crooklyn is about Spike's family,
autobiographical.
written by his sister and one of his younger brothers, and I mean the oldest son there. That's Spike. That is Spike, and he had that love for the Knicks, to the point that he He went off to the championship game. You know, the night of his father's
Concert.
And that really happened, right?
Yeah.
That really happened.
But he said go anyway.
Oh, he said go anyway?
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Where do you think my love of sports came from?
I see.
My mother said you should go to your father's concert. My father said, go, game 7? Go.
So, but that's in the movie.
Et Spike, tu as dit qu'un jour que Cannes avait un impact énorme sur ta carrière. Tu voulais dire quoi?
The Cannes International Film Festival is the world's greatest film festival, where people come from all over the world to see cinema. And my film, She's Gonna Have It, was really my introduction to world cinema. So, and with that, that's where the film got distribution.
And it won a prize, right? The Prix de Jeunesse.
Yeah.
It won the Prix de Jeunesse.
Yeah. So then I got distribution for the film to be seen all over the world. So that was the platform. That was the platform. And then came back 2 years later would Do the Right Thing.
Spike, justement, bonne transition. C'est bien, on reste sur Cannes. Un jour, en 2021, tu es président du jury au Festival de Cannes. Tu as annoncé en avance la Palme d'Or du film qui s'appelle Titane, de Julia Ducournau. Est-ce que tu en gardes un mauvais souvenir?
It was a terrible thing to happen. But now, you know, people it's like a joke. People, you know, think it was funny, it's a mistake. So it happened. And so I get asked that question often about.
Really?
And so, in fact, I was on a French TV show 2 days ago, and I forgot her name, but she went to Tanya.
Uh-huh.
What's her name?
Julia Ducournau.
Okay.
So it was very sneaky. I didn't even know. So they bring that up, and then she comes. She's the next guest of the show.
Oh no!
Yeah, that was wrong.
Oh no!
It's a surprise.
That was some sneaky French shit right there. They say, Monsieur Lee is Monsieur Lee. Monsieur is live TV. Live TV. That could be my tombstone. Also.
I don't see how. I mean,
Spike Lee was the president of the jury, announced the winner at the beginning of the motherfucking. What I don't understand is, in the Academy Awards, if you're a presenter, you don't get the.
You don't know. You don't know.
I mean, you don't know till they give you the card. To have me and other judges, we come on the stage, we have the winners in the card.
Uh-huh.
They got to change that. Don't give people the card with the winner till it's time.
Spike, tu peux nous parler un peu de l'histoire de ton dernier film qui a été présenté à Cannes?
I knew it was going to be a reinterpretation, not a remake. That's why it's not the same title. It's not High and Low. Kurosawa's title, which is from a novel by Ed McBain, came out in
King's Ransom,
Yeah, King's Ransom.
which is actually set in a fictitious New York City. It is the city
New
that it's like, I don't know the name of it, but it really is New York that the story is taking place.
You read the book?
Yeah.
Tell me the gift you gave me. Tell me.
I found a first edition of this book, you know, and so I thought, oh man, I got to get this first edition of King's Ransom. And we saw the film highest to lowest, and right before leaving New York for Cannes, we saw the DCP that was projected here, and I thought I'm going to give Spike I'm going to give Spike this first edition of King's Ransom. Yeah. But I think there's similarities in that, you know, you see this movie, the original movie. And
Yeah, we're not totally
this-
just
but
change everything, but it's
But it's Toshiro Mifune and
Denzel.
Kurosawa, who made so many films together, and this is Denzel and Spike, who's made so
Fire.
many films
Fire.
together.
Fire.
You know, and I mean, I personally, as somebody who loves cinema, I like the feeling of that. You know, and also, you know, Spike had called me, and I was in our house in Saint-Rémy de Provence, and he said, "I'm
Where were
making
you?
this- in Saint-Rémy de Provence,
Where's that?
It's the south
à
of France.
côté d'Avignon."
Avignon.
What do you
He's answering the question. So,
hey, I don't know they do this in France, but in Italy,
Mamma mia.
I know we're not in,
but you know,
I know we're not in Roma.
Roma.
yeah. So Spike called me when I was in France and said, "You got to come back. We're doing this movie, and Denzel's going to star in it, and I'm directing it. You got to edit it. I mean, you've done all these other films, so you got to come back and do this." Which I'm so happy. I'm proud of this movie.
Mm-hmm.
This is a special film.
Ouais, justement, Denzel Washington.
Hold a second.
Ok.
This, when I was in film school, this is where I got introduced to Akira Kurosawa. And the first film I saw was Rashomon.
Rashomon.
And in this film, where there's a murder and a rape, the individuals in it, the characters each have their own interpretation of it. That's where when you say Rashomon effect, that's what it is. Like, people see the same thing, but they don't say it. They see the thing, but their interpretation of it. And that gave me the foundation for my first film. She's Gotta Have It, where you have these characters and they each have a different interpretation of the same event.
Spike, do you know this movie?
What is that?
It's the Kurosawa movies, The Hidden Fortress.
Oh yeah.
Yeah?
That's Star Wars, right?
Ouais, Star Wars. Of course, it's the Star Wars. En fin de compte, George Lucas s'est inspiré de ce film, La Forteresse Cachée, pour faire son Star Wars. Voilà. Bravo, bravo, bravo.
As an artist, we're influenced by many, many different things. And I don't use the word you're copying or stealing. I use the French word. Homage. Ah, homage. I know 5 French words, that's one of them.
You know, Champs-Élysées.
Oh yeah, the Champs-Élysées. oh. When I'm in Paris, on purpose, I go up to the strangers and say, "Where's the Champs-Élysées?"
And somehow they appreciate that.
Right? No, they don't. They say, speak English, speak English. I understand English.
Please. But people have also asked me, you know, do you and Spike have a lot of arguments, you know, about the cut? And I can tell you, we've never had one argument about a cut.
No.
Not one argument. Because if Spike comes in and says something, I'm going to do something. What I think is crazy. What I think is crazy, man, we're going to do it because we were.
Give me an example. Give the audience an example. My brother Barry Brown.
Spike had a idea
What film was it?
for the beginning of Malcolm X, where the American flag burns down into an X, right? And credits go over it, right? And I thought, man, that's nice. I'm very happy with it. I'm very happy with the way the credits come in. And then Spike comes in and goes, you know that footage of Rodney King? We're going to put that in with the burning down of the flag. And I'm like, No. I mean, it's so beautiful and so graceful and so elegant, you know. And I said, oh,
What
all
about
right. So I cut it down, and Terence Blanchard has written this incredible score for it, right? And it's okay. Finally, I get to where I like. Okay, I'm happy here. I'm happy. Yeah, Spike was right. Spike was right. You know, this really worked, and it has power to it. And then he comes in and goes, I got a better idea. I'm like, no, this is the better idea. That's the better idea. So each step of the way in that opening, and I think that's a great opening. You know, I was like, if it had been up to me, I would have said, nah, we shouldn't do that. And it wasn't up to me, you know? It was Spike's vision, and, you know, that's the job. Deliver. Listen, I've had a blessed career. Well, I've worked with very few people that were not my friends, but I had, on occasion, worked with people, and only a couple of occasions, of people that were not talented. They were not my friends, and
You need a job.
yeah, you need a job.
You need a job.
And those experiences are very different
Hey,
because
that's
they have bad ideas, you know. And even if I don't understand an idea, I got to trust this is coming from somewhere good.
Another thing I like to add there is that what we both do well is that we understand the opening credit sequence of a film. It's more than just saying who's in the motherfucker, who shot the motherfucker, who directed it.
Yeah.
We use it as like an entree. Oh, French word!
An entree.
Entree. I gotta give you one, right? It's an entree to what the film's gonna be about. Because I remember seeing big examples of opening credits for the James Bond films.
Yeah.
You know, especially Goldfinger with Shirley Bassey singing. I mean, it's an entree. Let the audience know this is what the film is going to be about, and come on in. We're inviting you in, and let's go for this ride.
And one of the great ones is Do the Right Thing.
But you know where that came from? Here's the thing. True story. My late mother, my dear mother, was a cinephile. She loved films, and my father hated Hollywood movies. So I'm the eldest of 5. So I was always my mother's movie date. And I opened the weekend a Bye Bye Birdie at the Racing Music Hall.
Oh.
We had the famous opening sequence when what's her name? Anne Margaret singing Bye Bye Birdie.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until like many years after Do the Right Thing, which has a great opening sequence of Rosie Perez dancing. That was the first film. Rosie Perez dancing to a Public Enemy, Fight the Power.
Black of Power.
That it hit me. That came from seeing Bye Bye Birdie when I was 6 years old.
Wow.
It was stuck in my, whatever you want to call it back here. That's where that came from. Rosie Perez dancing, the Public Enemy's Fight the Power, came from me seeing Bye Bye Birdie with my mother at Radio City Music Hall. Even if I wanted, I was 6 years old.
Yeah.
So it just shows you, you know, for me, how they're just things that you get introduced as a young child, and you don't really know where that's gonna. You just forget it, or does it come back? You know, in your child's memory.
Spike, il y a 3 jours, tu as remis la Palme d'Or à un de tes acteurs fétiches, qui est Denzel Washington. Quelle a été ton émotion?
Here's the thing. Denzel did not know he was gonna get that. He was totally taken aback. And he's a great actor, but he cannot hide how he was feeling about it. You saw in his eyes got misty. He was 100% genuine moved by that award.
Toi, tu as eu le Grand Prix au Festival de Cannes. Et ça a été une fierté pour toi, pour le film Black Landsman.
What was the question?
About the Grand Prix, receiving the Grand Prix de jury for Black Klansman. Basically, how'd you feel about it?
Good.
I feel good. Basically positive.
Yeah, it was a good day. It was a good night.
Bah oui, en 2021, Spike Lee a eu son affiche. Et ça t'a fait quoi justement de voir ton ami de plus de 45 ans être à l'affiche officielle du Festival de Cannes?
I was happy to see it. I don't remember any Cannes poster that had a filmmaker on the poster before. And I don't know if there'll ever be one again, but I don't know, man. Honoring my brother here, I like it. I liked it. I like that a lot, you know. And I also thought it was fun. I always thought it was a fun poster and clever that you were jumping all the way back to the beginning, you know. And you know, I have to say one thing: when Spike was about to make this movie, She's Gotta Have It, I said, Spike, you can't cast yourself in the movie. You can't. I said, you wrote it and you're directing it, and it's your first film and you're going to cast yourself? I said, man, I don't know if that's a good idea. And he goes, I don't know. I think I can do it. I think I would do it. So, you know, I gave him advice. Don't cast yourself. Don't put yourself as Mars Blackman, which was really rotten advice.
Spike, est-ce que tu peux me citer tes 3 films préférés de tous les temps?
3 films that you
De
love.
tous les temps.
Can you do 3 films?
Only 3?
Only if you want 5, okay. Go for 5.
Well, since we're in the
France?
country of France.
Okay.
France.
You can reduce it to French films, right?
No, just not all, but I have to put Breathless in there. What's the French title?
For
Breathless.
À bout de souffle?
À bout de souffle.
That's one.
Yeah.
Ouais.
Yeah.
Godard, Jean-Luc Godard.
Yeah.
Oh, so another one. It's Paris Burning.
Okay.
De René Clément. Paris brûle-t-il. 2 French movies. Oh, okay.
Now we'll go to Italy. Neorealism. Rome, Open City.
Ouais. De Rossellini. Avec Anna Magnani. Anna Magnani, ouais.
Rashomon.
Yeah, of course. Kurosawa. The last one.
On the Waterfront.
On the Waterfront.
Marlon Brando.
Elia
Marlon
Kazan.
Brando. Oui, oui. Elia
Written by
Kazan.
the great screenwriter Bud Schulberg.
Sur le quai. Sur le quai.
Sur les quais.
Sur le
De
quai.
Elia Kazan. Brando, Eva Marie Saint, Lee Jacob, Rod Steiger, Karl Malden, Rod Steiger.
Yes.
Yeah. Masterpiece. Eva Marie Saint.
There's this thing that I know about Spike, that Spike has this incredible special love for cinema, but not only for the love of cinema, but for the history of cinema. And, you know, we came up at a time where some of the greats were still alive, you know, and there are posters that are signed to Spike by these great artists that have now passed. And I mean, that really must mean a lot to you, to have had those moments where you actually met Kurosawa,
Yeah.
you know,
Mm-hmm.
where you met Godard, where you know,
Had lunch with Billy Wilder
Billy
in his
Wilder.
office. Kazan,
Kazan.
I mean,
Gordon Parks.
This is one of the great benefits of working in the cinema and succeeding in it, is that you get to rub shoulders with giants.
Come on
know?
now, come on, keep going, keep going,
You
keep
know,
going, keep
and-
going, keep going. You're on a roll, you're on a roll, you're on a roll.
You know, and you know, and Spike and I, we were nobody, you know, and, you know, I just want to say, you know, my buddy, my friend, my brother has become one of the giants and stands among those people that we admired so much. And I'm not so sure, going back 40 years, we thought that would happen. You wish it, you dream it, but man, you stand with him, baby.
Right.
You stand with him.
You're right there with me. I would not be where I am without you cutting those films, you know.
C'était Abdoul fait son cinéma avec Spike Lee et Barry Alexander Brown. Clap de fin, you ready? Tac! Good!